Tuesday, August the 2nd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you as we start the day. Hey, let's look at the Greensboro Tower camera this morning to start things off. Warm, humid start to the day. Temperature is 74 there at the PTI Airport. Dew point is 72. Humidity way up there at 93%. It was another pretty hot day yesterday across the region, especially back in the Plain States. That's where the core of the heat now resides. But still pretty hot across the southeast, including 95 in Birmingham, 97 in Columbia, South Carolina, 86 in Asheville and Boone, and 95 in Charlotte, 93 in Wilmington, upper 80s and lower 90s around the Triad viewing area, and generally low and mid 90s around the Charlotte viewing area, including 94 in Gastonia and Monroe, and 92 in Albemarle. Temperatures as I cut the video during the 5 a.m. hour, 70s across most Carolina locations, a little bit cooler in the mountains there in the 60s. It is still very, very muggy. Dew point temperature 70 or better. That means it is a really, really sticky, humid, tropical type of air mass in place. Now, the greatest coverage of showers and thunderstorms yesterday, South Carolina and into the southern tier of North Carolina. Not a lot as we went further to the north. Again, it was that zone really from roughly the latitude of Columbia up to Charlotte. That was the most favored zone for shower and thunderstorm activity yesterday. Not a lot of severe weather. One or two reports out there. In fact, I'll show you this report here from the southern foothills area. That was a wind damage report that came in from the afternoon storms yesterday. And let's see if we get that report to plot for us. Maybe not. Either way, it was a wind damage. There you go, from Ellenboro, 5 o'clock hour. Tree partially blocking a road there. Again, that was yesterday afternoon. Now, as we take a peek at what's happening this morning, it's still pretty quiet, but you look west of us, Kentucky and Tennessee, that's a pretty decent disturbance. You can kind of pick out the counterclockwise circulation here into eastern Kentucky, and that's going to wind up delivering, I think, a pretty good round of some showers and thunderstorms to us this afternoon. And already a lot of cloud cover. There'll be a lot more clouds around today than what we've had the past couple of days. So cold front moving in, disturbance riding along, and the result, pretty good coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Here's the high-resolution modeling. And again, yeah, there you go. That coverage of showers and storms looks pretty healthy for us today. Could be a few strong to severe storms, not a widespread severe weather outbreak, but kind of an isolated chance of some severe weather. Damaging winds remains severe weather threat. Temperatures a couple of degrees off of yesterday's numbers, but still a pretty warm day. And as we get into your Wednesday, and by the way, the showers and storms could last for a while tonight. Even though the surface front's off to the south, the actual cold front aloft doesn't really move much. And so you wind up with still a pretty good opportunity, I believe, tomorrow for some scattered showers and storms. Now, temperatures do cool down a little bit. There's your Wednesday highs. And then on Thursday, we continue to see that cooler air taking hold. Now, you don't see much on Futurecast here for Thursday, but a lot of the other models, the European, the GFS, still indicate some pretty good shower and storm chances Thursday. And there's your Thursday afternoon highs. Now, in the tropics, still at this point, as I cut the video, no classified system. A reconnaissance flight heading into this disturbance here in the Caribbean Sea this morning. That flight scheduled for early to mid-morning today, and we'll see what's happening. Now, I will say this. Let me show you the spaghetti charts. I think the models initialized this disturbance a little bit too far south with some of the modeling. But the basic idea is a bend toward the west-northwest, probably across Central America, and then probably getting into the southernmost Gulf of Mexico there in the Bay of Campeche down the road. Here's what you wind up with on the... See, this is the NavGem model, and again, that's a pretty intense system that crosses the Bay of Campeche, then has a second landfall in Mexico. All right, let's check out what's happening aloft here. There's your ridge today, kind of focus over the Plain States. That's where the core of the heat resides. We get out to Thursday, still the core of the heat off to the west of us. Saturday, same basic idea, although temperatures do heat up a little bit over the weekend. And it's still not a really hot looking pattern even out into the Monday, Tuesday of next week. So here's the GFS model, pretty good coverage of those showers and storms today. And then notice right on through tonight, this is around daybreak tomorrow, you still have some overnight activity occurring. Good chances again tomorrow for some areas of showers and storms. And then you get on out into, again, Thursday right there. And I mentioned the GFS, still pretty aggressive. So is the European, really, with some shower and storm chances. But those temperatures are cooling. Look at the wind pattern here. This is Thursday afternoon, more of a northeasterly flow over the western Carolinas, helping to cool temperatures down a bit. Now, as we get into Friday, still on the GFS, the chance for some showers and thunderstorms. But the weekend looks mainly dry. There's Saturday, there's Sunday. Temperatures heat up a bit too, back into the low, maybe some mid 90s over the weekend. And then on Monday, temperatures begin to step down again as high pressure builds in from the northeast. So that's kind of how things look over the next week or so. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.